Hey everyone, this is Relics,
And I'm Nagatron.
and we are watching Round 7 of the World of Tanks Classic League Season 1 on Clips with RAHABooon versus Sturmgrenadier. So let's get it going. Alright, starting out here with Rahab. We're looking at an IS-4, 2 IS-7s, 2 T-110s, 2 Batshats, a T-92 and M40-43 for artillery, and a T-50-2 and T-2 light tank for scouting. So they're going with a pretty good, well-rounded standard setup here.
Sturmgrenadier has 3 IS-4s, 2 Mouse, and 4 T-110s. So I think it's pretty safe to say that we're going to see a rush at some point.
Yeah, it would be my expectation here. And
Certainly wouldn't be the right move to camp.
Yeah. It's got to have Rahab a little nervous here, probably expecting a full 1-2 with how they're holding their tanks back there. I like the positioning of that Tier 2 light there out in the field behind that bush, so they can see anything peeking around that corner early without having to have their own tanks peek around.
Got 1 T-110 against a cliff here. Pretty sure once we start getting closer to it, we're going to see the rest.
I'm wondering if he's back on the fence and maybe we're seeing a lighthouse push. But you figure the 50-2 in the Batchat here would have spotted them.
I can't imagine that any of those tanks would have had the speed to get around the lighthouse before those tanks lit
Yeah.
over there.
Well, there's a Moss who just got a lot of shots nailed into him. 4, 5, 6. I'm pretty sure all tanks are camping on the back of the cliffside there.
Rahab's 50-2 is going to sit there in proximity light, so it doesn't look like anything's going to get away. Would give them the ability maybe to shift Artie up. However, I don't think there's anywhere they can really get, on their half of the map at least, that can hit any of that stuff. If they're able to walk up maybe the T-92 and the M43, because they're both pretty fast, they could probably get them up to, I don't know, C7 or so, pretty safely to be able to artillery those guys. The question is, are they going to bother?
Well, they have one moving up right now. I'm not sure which one that is. It looks like they're trying to hold the one back just in case they start to do a 1-2 push. But at this point, they really can't have everything just go. I guess they could hold a couple tanks back and hope that they have enough meat to come around that corner at that point.
You made a really good point there. If they swing one artillery up, then with that and the Batchat and the T-110 that are in great positioning right now, they should be able to pretty safely whittle down the health pool of those tanks and then just drive everything up the 1-2 and take care of it.
And here they go, splitting off a couple tanks, maybe trying to guard that northern or eastern flank there. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do too much from down there.
Unfortunately, given the fact that they're now corralled into maybe 20% of the entire map here, and they're all entirely lit, I don't think there's anything they can really do to escape this or salvage this match in the event, or unless Rahab here makes some sort of big mistake.
Yeah, and they're doing a really good job of holding back, letting their artillery get positions, and just dig them out that way rather than trying to go for a push and knocking them out that way. And there's the T-92 getting into a good spot. I have to wonder what SG was looking at doing with this. If maybe they were starting a 1-2 push and they just stopped and got confused on what to do after that. Really curious to see what they were planning here. There's the T-92 sighting in.
Clustered up like that, this is going to hurt.
I'm just waiting for all the numbers to pop.
Ugh.
Oh.
Is that 500, 1,000, and another 500, followed by a 300 something from the T-110?
Yep.
Brutal.
It's a trap.
Never before has that 6 sentence indicator been so accurate.
And they're not doing anything. They really need to do some kind of push here, something to get movement, because right now they're not even able to fire on anything at all.
Yeah. A lot of the times when you get corralled in like this, there's sort of a general hesitance to push, but you just have to steel yourself and remind yourself that you're not going to win staying where you are, and you may die leaving, but you have to at least try.
Yep. And there comes the IS-7s and IS-4s pushing up. I don't think I've even seen a shot fired by Sturmgrenadier just yet. Oh, there we go. Well, that was one. Ooh, that T-92 is still doing a whole bunch of damage on that corner there. Yeah, Sturmgrenadier really needed to push hard and fast on that 1-2 with this.
I can see sort of the dilemma they got stuck in here. You know, when you bring all heavies, and then all of a sudden you see 2 artillery, one of them being a T-92. On the one hand, it takes a really long time to reload, so at least you can traverse most of the 1-2 line before you actually start getting hit again. But it will be painful. The big problem I see here is the existence of the 50-2. It's not like you can send all your tanks to the enemy cap, because he's just going to drive on the cap and you're going to lose. You can't keep one out, because even one tank may not be enough to stop a 50-2 in the event that he parks creatively, makes you drive out to him, and the other team has 2 artillery to make sure you can't reach him. So it's sort of just one of those impossible situations that can arise the instant you see what the other team brought.
Yep. All right, well, good fight, guys. Congrats to Rahab.